Tinubu, Nigeria Army panic as ICC begins investigation of the massacre that happened in Plateau State. Slams Tinubu for feasting in Lagos while Nigeria's born. And PDP is endorsing the ICC investigation. The People's Democratic Party PDP has endorsed calls for the International Criminal Court to investigate what is called genocide in Plateau State, describing it as an international crime perpetrated on the peaceful, defenseless, and innocent people of the state. Records some communities came under attacks on Christmas Eve in the state, which resulted in the killings of over 150 lives by the invaders. Amid the condemnations of the killings, which reportedly lasted for well over 2 days, the President Bola Tinubu was receiving leaders of his party, the All Progressives Congress APC, in his country home in Bodilon, Lagos, for a Christmas feast. The president also received party supporters as well as some governors and held large feasts for the Christmas holiday. The PDP said the president's refusal to visit the communities which are still on edge as the invaders have reportedly written a letter to them to expect another attack showed his complicity in the killings. Describing it as a massacre, the opposition party, in a statement signed by its spokesman, Debo Olugunagba, and sent to the Whistler on Friday, said Tinubu's failure to visit the scenes of genocidal massacre of Nigerians by terrorists in Bokos and Bakiladi is inexplicable. He says our party asserts that President Tinubu's failure to show personal empathy and leadership by visiting the troubled people of Plateau State tends to validate disturbing insinuations in the public space of complicity in high places with regard to the attacks. The statement said the PDP said it's concerned as Nigerians raise puzzling questions as to what was responsible for the failure of intelligence before and during the coordinated massacre which went on for over 48 hours. Of further concern, the party said was the fact that Nigerians are also raising issues on these apprehensions by making reference to the statement attributed to former military head of state General Sani Abacha, now late, on the possibility of complicity by officials of a government in an unrestrained insurgency or crisis solutions such as witnessed in the Plateau State massacre. The PDP said the president must therefore allay fears and concerns of this insinuation by immediately visiting the affected communities and personally addressing the nation on concrete steps to take to track down the perpetrators and their sponsors. It's marks of grave insensitivity and dereliction of duty for Mr. President as the Commander-in-Chief to remain silent in the face of targeted massacre of his citizens without defense and assistance, the party stated. It added that the president even failed to play his expected role as a consoler-in-chief by not immediately visiting the troubled areas to demonstrate leadership, empathy, and connection with the citizens, instead of sending his aides to issue lame statements and detailing surrogates to visit after much prodding. Tinubu should have, as a matter of duty, personally visited the scene of the genocide to give succor to the families of the dead and the wounded, as well as reassure that his government is with the people of the affected communities in particular and Plateau State in general. Of course, the whole world witnessed the video of President Joe Biden kneeling down before the daughter of George Floyd to offer his condolences. That's one person, on behalf of the United States for the brutal murder of her father. President Tinubu ought to have drawn a lesson from that, for where the apparent lack of empathy and the tokenism of sending proxies to Plateau State is unacceptable and clear manifestation of insensitivity by a president who remains unconcerned and fiddles in the comforts, luxury, and pleasure of the presidential villa, while its citizens are mercilessly being brutalized and massacred by terrorists. President Tinubu must wake up from his slumber and be alive to his responsibility as president, the statement said. Okay. I remember Aisha Yusufu saying that Tinubu and the rest of them, they are aware of this whole thing, or they are responsible, or should be held responsible for this whole thing. Are you going to blame them for saying that? You can imagine. Tinubu is just there. It has happened before. During Buhari's time, he never visited anything. He was just there. So, and he got away with it. And given the fact that the kind of people we have as a nation, the way governance has been running in this country, I don't care attitude. At the end of the day, they will tell you, heaven will not fall, nothing will happen. The highest is that they will begin to justify. They will begin to justify this whole thing, which they have been doing. Well, I'm sure that some people who maybe if their life goes with this whole thing, they will still be justifying and be defending their oppressors. They don't even care. They don't care at all. Why can't they cancel Christmas celebration in Plateau? The only way to world peace is to end Islam as a religion. No civilized nation wants them as citizens. Europe and America are beginning to reject their visa application. Really? Yeah. PDP, yeah, and Doom Party. Okay, I pray that what happened to them should happen to you. Then maybe they will not be able to speak for you. Why is it that some people in this country don't even have human conscience anymore? Just because you of your like of you like Tinubu, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't even sympathize with the innocent people of Plateau who were massacred during the festive period. Good move from the PDP. Even some people, and like I said, if they are even affected, they will not even say anything. They will defend their oppressors. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.